Have you ever heard a love story so beautiful, it almost seems like a movie script? Today, we're diving into one of the most touching romances from ancient times. The story of Rebekah and Isaac. This isn't just about a wedding. It's about kindness, destiny, and love at first sight. Our story begins with Abraham, a man of great faith who was getting old. He wanted to find a wife for his son, Isaac. But not just any wife. He wanted someone from his own homeland, someone who shared their values and beliefs. So, he sent his most trusted servant on a long and crucial journey, with 10 camels loaded with gifts, to find the perfect bride. Imagine the servant's position. He arrives in the city of Nar, stands by a well in the evening, and doesn't know where to even begin. So, he does the only thing he can think of. He prays. He asks for a sign. He says, "May it be that when I say to a young woman, 'Please, let down your jar that I may have a drink,' and she says, 'Drink, and I will water your camels also. Let her be the one you have chosen for your servant Isaac.'" It's a huge request. Watering 10 thirsty camels after a long desert journey is no small task. It would take a lot of work and an incredibly generous heart. And then, it happens. Before he even finishes his prayer, a beautiful young woman named Rebekah comes to the well. The servant asks her for a drink of water. Without hesitation, she says, "Drink, my lord." But she doesn't stop there. Just as he had prayed, she adds, "I will draw water for your camels also, until they have finished drinking." She quickly gets to work, filling the trough again and again, showing incredible strength and a kind, giving spirit. This was the sign. The servant was astonished. He knew he had found the one. He gave her a gold nose ring and 2 gold bracelets, precious gifts, showing how serious his mission was. He learned she was from Abraham's own family, the granddaughter of his brother. It was a perfect match. Guided by a higher power, Rebekah ran home to tell her family, and they welcomed the servant with open arms. He explained his entire journey, the prayer he made, and how Rebekah was the answer to that prayer. Rebekah's family saw that this was meant to be. When they asked Rebekah if she would go with this man to marry a man she had never met, she answered with simple, courageous faith, "I will go." So, she sets off on the journey to her new life. Now, let's picture Isaac. He wasn't at the wedding feast. He was out in the field, meditating in the evening. He was a man of quiet contemplation, still grieving the loss of his mother, Sarah. He looks up and sees camels approaching in the distance. At the same time, Rebekah looks up and sees a man walking in the field to meet them. She asks the servant, "Who is that man walking in the field to meet us?" The servant replies, "He is my master!" Upon hearing this, Rebekah, in a gesture of modesty and respect, covers herself with her veil. This is their first meeting. It's not a grand, public ceremony. It's a quiet, intimate moment in a field at dusk. Isaac brings her into his mother Sarah's tent. And the text tells us something so beautiful. He married Rebekah, and she became his wife. And he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Rebekah's kindness, which started with her watering the camels, blossomed into a love that healed a grieving heart. She wasn't just a beautiful bride. She was a woman of character, strength, and immense compassion. Her story reminds us that true beauty shines from within, and that the greatest love stories are often built on a foundation of simple, selfless kindness. What an incredible story of faith, destiny, and love. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our next video. See you next time!